space. Thanks for coming and joining. I want to show y'all my Halloween costume. This is Robin Hood. A rendition of Robin Hood. So cute, right? But honestly, I would seriously wear this anywhere. I love these kind of dresses. I've always loved seeing them in like movies and stuff. And when I finally saw this on Marketplace, I was like, wow, this is so cute. And it's green and brown. Like this whole like color scheme is my favorite color. But the thing is, I didn't really know what I was doing. And like when it comes to Halloween, I was just looking at costumes on Marketplace to see what would go and like try to make content out of that. And honestly, I was gonna get more than one costume, but this year it's just not gonna go that way because it's not a priority to buy for me, you know. When I'm not stressed about missing a payment or missing a deadline, I'm gonna go crazy on clothes, you know. But until then, what I've learned most about being in my car is I've been humbled. So with financially, I'm just like, okay, money flows, money does, but I'm not gonna get stressed. But I'm also not gonna spend over my means because that's what I've done all my life. Always spent way over than I made, and always thought like, yeah. Anyways, I'm not doing that anymore. But I'm literally in love with this. I had to show happy Halloween. I guess Halloween's in 4 days, but ooh, I wanted to reflect on why this relationship of mine was so short. And like just last week I was talking about it in my videos, 2 weeks before that mentioning in those, and I know that if anyone has been watching my stories, things change for me so fast, and it's because I just don't like staying where I know I outgrew or know where it's too much of a negative energy for me to try to like bypass and just forget and just like vibe. But I can't do that anymore because like when I feel my energy being drained, I just trust it. Because before my accident, like I spent way longer than I need to in every kind of relationship I had, like even with friends. So this time I know to trust my gut first thing. And as much as he was ticking a lot of great boxes, and honestly everything that he had done for me, like that was just something I didn't experience for a long time or if ever. So it was really nice to feel like that again, like feel wanted, feel desired and wanted are the same thing, but you know, just to have that. And then he was just putting in like so much energy and effort by coming to see me, and the drive is not an easy drive. Like it's just 45 minutes to an hour just to get to my place from where he is, and then goes home at like really late in the night, and then he works in the morning. Like it was a lot for him. So I was really glad that he was just willing to do it without even me asking for any of those. Like I didn't ask for him to come any of those days, he just came. So I was really grateful for that. But I came across a video and it was saying like things about relationships, and it just became an eye-opener for me. So now I have kind of five qualities where I like want to make sure this partner that I come into partnership with in the future like will tick all 5 boxes. Like I am not going under, I'm not settling, because every time that I always yearned and wished that I just waited, or wished that I just like got to experience what it is that I truly want. Because up till this point, since like April, I've been saying to myself, I really want someone who's on a healing journey, no matter how far in. I don't care as long as they are in one. Because like I've been asked before I dated this current person, like what if this person just has an interest in spirituality and healing, like they are not on it, but they won't make you feel bad about it or anything like that. I'm just playing with the light. But the past 2 people, including like my recent ex, I don't know if I should call him that just for how short it was, but my recent like relationship, and then the one before that, like those 2 were chances on like not being on a spiritual journey but having an interest in it, and it still isn't enough for me. Like I can just openly say it, I'm confident about it, like what it is that I want, and it just wasn't that. Because no matter how interested you might be, you won't be able to relate to me in a way that I want to be related. Like my emotions are so heavy, and the things that I go through daily, I want to feel comforted and I want to feel understood. Like it was one thing where he was really making me feel safe, and I appreciate that. I told him that, and I was like, I like that you've been consistent. That was something else too. But as much as I wanted like the consistency, the effort and stuff, those to me are bare minimum things. Like if you are interested in someone, you just show them, you make it known. I hate all these game stuff, so it was so nice and refreshing to like finally see someone who like showed me they liked me, you know. Like I don't shy away if you want to text early, you know. If you want to double text me, it shows that you're excited to talk to me. But if it's like constantly like, where are you, that's a whole different story. You're not gonna be close to me. But if it's more like, tell me more, like I love to know about that, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm just so into that. And so like the 5 things I want to go back to that are being like a best friend. Like obviously, you know, you want to have that like really for me personally, I want to have that ease of connection where like I just met you, but it feels like we've known each other for so long. Like the way we could get like laughy, the way that we can get personal, like I love that. I love to be able to ask each other like more questions that go beyond the surface. I like just feeling that kind of comfiness with another, that like you just know you're not wearing a mask, you know, you're just super authentic and vibing out. So that's what our connection felt like at first. Like we were just clicking, and I was like, okay, this is new. I haven't felt like this strong of a connection in a long time, and the way we're getting along is really like, you know. And then the way we were texting too was so different, because we would text like when he got off work and just had time, we just spent like 7 hours in the night texting back and forth, like not waiting the 10 minutes, not waiting half an hour, like back and forth texting. And I was like, this is different. So all of that caught me by surprise, and it definitely like swept me up in the moment, and I got lost in it for a bit, which is fine. Like I'm happy to experience like that giddiness inside of me where I was just like, oh, this is so cute, you know. Like that was just very indulging, and I love that. Second is having like really deep passion, you know what I mean? Like I would love to be strongly attracted to my partner, because I am so about like I just want to love. So I love to look at you. I love to like be very intimate with you often. I have a very high libido, so to match that is something I prefer, you know. So that was another like positive thing. Like we definitely matched each other's energy in terms of that, so that was really nice, and got lost in the sauce in that too, literally. But third is like kind of like an intellectual equal too. And what I liked at first was that at first we were poking our thoughts and just like getting into what our values were and how our like beliefs were somewhat formed. Like we got into that a little bit, but like something for me is that I am constantly learning. Like I'm a huge student at life, and if I feel like I can't learn anything from you often, I just kind of feel like I'm missing out, because I just want some, because for me being on this journey means that there's always something to say, like because you're always bringing yourself into new heights, challenging yourself to new things, exploring, opening your mind in all these different types of ways. So for me, like the biggest assumption is that if you're open-minded to that extent, you're gonna have things to say, and you're gonna have things to like mentally stimulate me with. And it's not even just that I need to learn things, like even it's just random things that you want to share. Like people who are also open-hearted is something I prefer, because anyone closed off around me at this point, I just get so uncomfy, and they will too, because I ask questions that a lot of people haven't been asked for a long time, and I like to get to know you on a different level that maybe than you're used to. And you know, anyone who doesn't want to share that kind of energy, it's just hard for me, because if I can't get to know you like that, I know you don't want to get to know me like that, and it's just a waste for me, because I love honestly when people ask me questions about myself, because I'm just starting to like get used to like just being out here and just like sharing my story this way. So when I get asked things, I'm like, oh my gosh, like thank you for listening, thank you for following thoughts and journey, and just wanting to poke at that noggin a little bit more because it feels dormant. I need to learn more. I need to talk to other people more. Like, soul fam, where you at? Anyways, off topic. So the fourth thing is like having an interest in astrology and spirituality. So having like your own healing and growth journey to me is different than having an interest in astrology, obviously, because you don't have to have an interest in astrology to like persevere in life and like continue. You don't. But if you had an interest in it with me, because I am so passionate about it, like this is just a new up and coming thing. And the thing with spirituality to me is that it's an endless source of knowledge. So this is why I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be entertained for life, like literally for life. So if I'm not able to talk about that stuff with you and I just keep getting ridiculed, which I have literally by every person I've been around, I just want to finally just like have that back and forth where I'm just like, what are your observations about this, and like how do you connect like your houses and your signs to this point in your life? And like they would just be able to answer it. Like, oh my gosh, to me that's sexy. No, I'm a huge sapiosexual, like for sure. Like I get so turned on by like knowledge. And if you come across with knowledge to me without carrying that arrogant tone, like I am basically like, oh my god, take me, you know? Love it. The fifth one and the most important one will always be the healing journey for me. At this point, like I've given about maybe 7 to 8 people tries, you know, since I've come into like this healing journey myself. And yeah, I'm more adamant this time after this experience, because I think what this experience taught me, especially how it all unfolded, like the way that he DM'd me like right after I deleted Tinder, like deleting Tinder in the morning, and then that night him DMing me from TikTok. Like I think in general, I feel like it was a test to see how bad I wanted it, because before I started even considering taking our relationship maybe a step further than what it was when I first met him, I was saying to myself, I'm risking my career or I'm risking my love life, because at the time I was about to collab with someone, and like a friend of mine that I made through like my work, and we had been good friends. I want to say we're good friends because like we make sure we're doing okay and stuff. Like we're not really deep and we don't know too much about each other's lives, but I like knowing that we have each other's backs in a sense that like we have mental health checks with each other. But anyways, so I was gonna do a collab with him, but then I met like the relationship at the same time, and I was like, god dang, I am literally torn between what I want to do, because do I want to expand my career in this area, or do I want to risk like another love situation? And I don't regret it. I truly don't regret it that I chose the love situation, because it showed that I needed something else to learn, because I think it was another test to see like if it's something that I needed in my life currently. And when I met him, the comfort and like his initial energy, it was so what I felt like I needed at the time to kind of give me that reboost and of confidence, like just within myself. And then like nearing the end, when things started like showing up as they actually were, and I was just using my discernment for a lot of things and noticing that like what we have wasn't going to be something I wanted long term. So after realizing that, I was telling myself that, because I noticed I was taking back and like pulling, like while I met him, things were still unfolding for me in my career, and I was just getting so excited, and I was trying to balance like him, and I was trying to balance like the new things that were coming for me for work. And it didn't start to feel imbalanced, but I knew that I had more of a stronger pull towards my career. I was just like, if I invested just a little bit more time that I'm spending with him compared to what I can do for myself right now, I know that I feel like I might be missing out on just like doing that for me right now. Because if the whole Tinder and him thing experience showed me anything, it's just that, as I've been saying, like the focus on myself is this, like what I was just being confused on was like, okay, do I need a break from like working so much, and then just like having this love life and just being in like this receiving mode where like I'm letting him do these things for me and I'm letting him be these ways that I needed for now, and just let that happen as is, or like this. So I just kept going in between, and evidently like near the end of us, like I just noticed I was like, I just want to put so much more time into my shit. Like I want to grind so hard, I want to make something out of what I'm doing, and I just feel like I'm just so close. Like I don't know what I'm close to. I actually don't know. Like I obviously have manifestations, I have like the dreams I want and what life I kind of want to live and things like that, that I will not say because it's not good to always voice out your manifestations before it happens, you know, because evil eye and all that stuff. But I know there are a lot of people who are wishing me well and want me to do like great things with just in general, and I feel that, and I'm trying to focus that on that more instead of saying the other thing. Yeah, but I am so sure that I cannot settle for anything less than what I want, what I deserve at this point, because I put so much work into myself that I want my energy to be matched by someone who's doing the exact same, like who put so much time and effort into themselves that they're at this point where their cup is so full that they just want to share their experiences, share their life. Like I'm not looking, divine masculine. Once you're there, then we can go somewhere, you know. But until then, the only divine masculines I've been seeing have been on TikTok, which I'm happy they're thriving, and it's just so nice to see divine masculines like thriving on that platform, and just it's just showing that there's more men out there who are healing and who want to heal, because they have a much different journey than the divine feminines. And obviously we have both like energies in ourselves, but in a more like dominant way, like, you know what I'm saying. But I'm just excited to just change my focus. I have shifted gears and things are showing up a little different now. I have run into different challenges, but in terms of like my lack mentality, my money, my career, like I've been running into like certain challenges lately, but I think those are more tests for endurance. And at this point, I was literally telling the universe, I was like, when are these like stop? I feel like I'm done learning these lessons. And I'm just like, do I have to wait for me to like not get triggered like at all? Because I feel like I went from like coming from 100 in the way that I was acting on my triggers to like I'm like at like 20. I'm like at 35 right now, you know. So I'm like, can I just like experience things? Why do I have to? Anyways, I love talking to the universe, love it. I'll check. I've been doing much better for sure, but I want to say that this last week has felt a different sense of transformative again, and it just seems like every month brings something crazy new for me to like discover, uncover within myself, and learning a lot between surrender, sacrifice, and like just becoming a whole different person. It just felt more intense with this Scorpio partial solar eclipse, and I think it's just because it just showed me truly what I want, who I am. Because like being in the car, like transitioning from the car into like being around people again, I think that in itself was just a tester for me to not lose myself in other people again. Like because before my car, like it was so easy for me to do that, even though I started like a healing journey. Like my healing journey showed me who I didn't need around me, but it still, like I still need to learn like about like being in relationships with other people, and platonic or not. And I just feel like being in my car and showing that I can, like showing myself all my capabilities and the love I have for myself, and now coming into like community again, that's intense. Like, so if anyone's been in a hermit mode of any kind and then goes back out into the world, like this is our next step. And I feel like I achieved something within this past week with that energy that just solidified like a lot for me. Like I just woke up, especially today, like I felt it a little bit yesterday, but today I felt more sure. I was like, I woke up and I'm like, I remember who the fuck I am. I remember what exactly it is I wanted while I was still out in my car. I noticed that I was getting distracted, like with other things, like being around other people again. I was getting like slightly distracted, but now that I'm just like, no, I'm not letting any old patterns start again. I'm not repeating any cycles because I really want to get past this and just start fresh, start new. Like, I brought myself this far, haven't I? Like, so why can't I keep like going? I just don't want to be living another year learning the same thing. And let's see what this is gonna bring. I feel like this paradigm shift that I have in my head always brings something new, and it starts to show like within a little bit, and I'm just excited to see like what this might have unlocked, because I'm proud of myself no matter what. And even if it didn't turn out to be like something to unlock, something to like show in a 3D or anything like that, I'm still really grateful for just knowing that about myself right now and just being so confident like this. I enjoy it. I want someone else on my level too, like who's this confident, you know? So nice. Literally matched energy to the chord. Like, I'm a big Leo, like Leo, Scorpio, Libra, like all that shiznit. I love it. But thank you for watching another video and hearing another update of mine and seeing my roller coasters in every area of my life. Probably didn't expect me to have such a short relationship, because same, that one really took me for a surprise. I was like, oh, like I don't see how long, but you know, I feel like it'll go, and then it didn't. So I'm as surprised as you are. Thank you. Oh, here's me standing up in it. So cute.